In a tranquil village nestled between rolling hills and lush forests, there lived a humble man named Akio. He was known throughout the village for his wisdom and serenity. People often sought his counsel during challenging times, and he would always respond with a gentle smile and words of comfort. One sunny morning, as Akio sat beneath the ancient cherry blossom tree that shaded his small cottage, a troubled young woman named Emi approached him. Tears welled up in her eyes as she shared her struggles with him. "Master Akio," she began, "I feel lost and uncertain about my future. I don't know what path to follow in life. Why is it so difficult to find my purpose?" Akio listened intently to Emi's words, his eyes reflecting the deep reservoir of understanding he had cultivated over the years. After a moment of thoughtful silence, he replied, "Emi, have you ever considered that life is like a river, and we are but small boats navigating its currents?" Emi furrowed her brow in confusion. "But, Master Akio, what does that have to do with finding my purpose?" Akio continued, "Imagine if you were the river itself, flowing gently through the landscape. Would you worry about where the river leads, or would you trust that it knows its way? Life, my dear, is much like that river. Trust in its flow, for it has a purpose and a plan for you." Emi pondered Akio's words as he went on. "When you doubt your path, it's like a boat resisting the current. Instead of struggling against it, surrender to the flow. The river, or what some may call God, has a grand design for every ripple it creates." Emi's eyes began to shimmer with newfound understanding. "So, you mean to say that I shouldn't fight life's challenges, but rather embrace them as part of a divine plan?" Akio nodded warmly. "Exactly, Emi. Every experience, be it joyful or sorrowful, is a piece of the puzzle that forms your unique journey. Trust that God has a plan for you, even when it's not immediately clear." Emi left Akio's cottage that day with a lighter heart and newfound hope. She began to view her life with a different perspective, understanding that every twist and turn was a part of the greater design. She faced her challenges with resilience, knowing they were opportunities for growth. Years passed, and Emi's life took many unexpected turns. She ventured into various professions, experienced love and loss, and traveled to distant lands. Through it all, she carried Akio's wisdom in her heart, reminding herself that God had a plan for her. One day, while volunteering at a local orphanage, Emi met a young boy named Hiroshi. He had a bright smile, but carried the weight of a difficult past. Emi felt an instant connection with him and decided to become his guardian, adopting him as her own. As Hiroshi grew, Emi provided him with a loving and nurturing environment. She watched him bloom into a talented musician with a deep passion for helping others. Emi realized that her journey, with all its ups and downs, had led her to this moment, the moment she had been waiting for without even knowing it. One evening, as Emi and Hiroshi sat under the same cherry blossom tree, where she had once sought Akio's guidance, Hiroshi asked, "Mom, how did you know you were meant to be my mom?" Emi smiled, her eyes glistening with tears of gratitude. "Hiroshi, it was a journey filled with uncertainty, but I trusted in the plan that God had for me. I followed my heart, and it led me to you, my greatest blessing." And so, in that serene moment, Emi and Hiroshi found solace in the knowledge that God's plan had brought them together, and their lives had unfolded according to a divine blueprint. Emi's journey had been a testament to the belief that even in the midst of uncertainty, trust in the plan of the universe would lead to a purpose far greater than they could have ever imagined. In the tranquil village, the wisdom of Akio lived on through Emi and Hiroshi, inspiring others to trust in the grand design of life and the understanding that God indeed had a plan for each and every one of them.